It's Lee, and I'm feeling a little bit better, and I'm here with an NXT review. So we start the show with Sanity, Eric Young and Alexander Wolf versus Moss and Sabatelli. I like the Moss Sabatelli thing where they're just assholes, but right now they're not really getting along. At some point in this match, Moss ends up punching Sabatelli in the face. And then eventually Sanity wins via a kind of team neckbreaker thing. So there wasn't much to this match. I basically told you everything that happened. It was a pretty short match. Then Ciampa, Tommaso Ciampa comes out to a chorus of boos, and he basically just does the same thing he did last week, where he basically says nothing. I feel like the crowd was given Johnny Wrestling pictures before this match, which was perfect because they just kept cheering Johnny Wrestling and kind of drowning Ciampa out. So Ciampa didn't do anything and just leaves. Next up is a match between Lacey Evans and Dakota Kai. Last week, Lacey Evans said some pretty derogatory things about Dakota Kai. Evans attacks the arm early, but then Kai gets a very, very quick roll-up. It wasn't the nicest roll-up either. It was kind of a sliding, swirling roll-up with a shoulder up at one point. But that's fine. Baszler comes out and kind of corners Kai, and Kai is selling the fear really, really well. Ember Moon shows up and kind of comes in for the save, but Baszler gets the best of Moon for a while. And then when Baszler is about to really punish Moon, who is going up for the Eclipse, Kai comes in and kind of exacts a little bit of revenge on Baszler and kicks her in the head. It looked cool, but I think that Kai lost her balance or something afterwards because it looked like she fell right off the ring, not intentionally. It was cool anyways, and then Moon hits a very nice looking Eclipse off the top rope, so the good guys kind of get to show off a little bit. Next up, we have a match for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic between the Street Profits and Heavy Machinery. There's a solo cup spot with Dozovic and I forget what his name is. The star of the Street Profits. That's all I really know. I can't believe I forgot his name. Oh, I feel like a jerk right now. We'll fix it in post. So anyways, there's a spot where... Oh, it's Montez Ford. There you go. Got it. There's a spot where Heavy Machinery uses Montez Ford as a battering ram onto Angelo Dawkins. And it's a great spot only because Montez Ford is great. And he really sells it, and he looks super scared. Does it all right. It's just good comedy wrestling. Heavy Machinery tries to go for their finisher, which is basically Dozovic holding someone in essentially what's going to be a world's strongest slam, with Tucker Knight kind of jumping onto him and adding that extra weight. Knight goes into the ropes, falls over the ropes because someone pulls it down. I think it's Montez Ford. And then you get this kind of basically a reversal, and then it ends up with Montez Ford doing a really, really high, far frog splash. The guy's a super athlete. Hits the spot, a frog splash, and wins. Couldn't help but wonder why couldn't those two teams be involved with TM61 and the Authors of Pain in the first round, so that both of those teams could get a win, and then you could have the same finish from Authors in Pain and TM61 in the next round. Maybe it's just me. Like, I know you want to build up a team, but TM61 is a really good team, and they kind of needed a little boost, and it kind of sucks that they lost in the first round. Just me. We'll move on. Final match of the night was Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole. The match delivered, as do pretty much all Pete Dunne matches. So we get the Pete Dunne typical attack of the joints. So he goes after the fingers of Cole, and he also goes after the arm pretty aggressively. I'm referring to my notes a lot, by the way, in case I'm looking down. I have a horrible memory. At one point, Dunne goes into the corner and tries to do a backflip. And as he's doing his backflip, Cole just kicks him in the stomach as hard as he can. And it looks great. So Cole hits a what's it called? A last shot on Dunn, where he basically does. It's like like that Ushigoroshi thing that people do, except he does it with Dunn's head landing square, like completely vertically on his knee. It looked really cool. Then O'Reilly and Fish attack when Dunn attempts his finisher, so it looks like Dunn's going to win. He's trying this pump handle thing. And O'Reilly and Fish attack, and then Roderick Strong comes in for the save. Gets beaten up a little bit, but then he and Dunn have a nice comeback and clear the ring. The final segment is supposed to be a contract signing for both Cien Almas and Aleister Black, which is Andrade Cien Almas. But instead, it's just Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. I didn't love this. Black was appropriately serious, and he was dressed very well. I actually liked seeing Black in a suit, but he made a lot of short jokes about Zelina Vega, and I'm like, yes, she's a short woman, but she's like 4 inches shorter than the average woman. It's not like she's crazy short. Women are just shorter. So it's a little frustrating in that respect. He basically draws some comparisons to, I don't even remember what it was. I just wrote comparisons in brackets. Oh no, that's right. He drew a comparison between he and Cien, but he used the word, or he said there was no comparison, but he used the word comparization, which I liked. I know English isn't his first language, but I just thought it came out and it just sounded so weird, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. It was comparization, so I like that. No wonder I put it in brackets. I get it now. It's been a while. Vega ends up slapping him. He doesn't do anything to her, but as he's walking out, he's like, I'm happy I didn't come here alone. And then Candice LeRae's music comes on, and LeRae just attacks Vega, and it's a little bit of a beat down to end the night. Crowd's happy, everybody's happy. Yeah, it was all right. Overall, I thought this whole episode was a lot of fun, though. Not too heavy on the drama, to be honest with you, except for the Dunn Cole match was good. Excuse me. Still have a little bit of the cold. But I don't know. It was overall pretty entertaining. It's been a good week of wrestling. Raw was really good. SmackDown was pretty damn good. And then 205 Live was great. So then to have this, which was not quite at that level, but still pretty darn good, I was really happy with it. Last week was almost all promos. This week was almost no promos, but that's fine. At least the stories all move forward, and you had 2 dusty matches in this, so it's all good. All right, thanks for watching.